Welcome to Brighton and Hove. This is one of the most popular seaside resorts in the country, affectionately nicknamed London by the Sea, and it has a reputation for being hip and trendy. But is this now the coolest city in Britain? Well, there's no doubt about it according to this commenter on one of our previous videos. We'll see about that. Now, as you can see, the weather when we arrived was absolutely horrendous, so we done what we do best and took shelter in a coffee shop called Redroaster, which is really in keeping with the sort of trendy and hip vibe of Brighton. Really nice and modern inside, and they had some funky coffees as well. I kept it fairly...
It's the weather.
I kept it fairly simple and went for a maple shay, which is basically a maple syrup latte.
I wanted to go something a bit different. It had like chocolate milk in mine, which is very odd, but I've seen people do it and I've always wanted to try it.
What was it called? The turbo? Something? Turbo latte?
Turbo
something? And we kept it simple as well for the food, just a croissant, which was meant to come with butter and jam, but the jam was a little bit weird. It was more like a fruit compote.
I was going to say, it wasn't, I was expecting strawberry jam, and the butter, the one thing I don't like when I get a croissant, the butter is always hard. How can you spread butter when it's hard?
Fair point. Anyway, the weather hasn't improved much while we was in there, but luckily for us, Brighton has a whole host of things that you can do inside, including the Sea Life Centre, which is the oldest aquarium in the world.
How many people can say they've been in that one?
Probably quite a few.
Probably.
Now, key question, are you going to take the kids' way in, which looks like a bit of a scramble, or are you going to go the adults' way?
Well, I kind of want to go the kids' way in, but I have light trousers on, so I think I'm going to go the adult way.
Now this is cool, they've got an area where you could do a glass bottom boat over the top of the sharks, but 30 quid that would cost the two of us.
Up to 6 people.
Up to 6 people, so six of you, there's a bargain.
Yeah.
If you're on your own, it still costs you 30 quid though.
Even just for the pair of us, that's 15 quid each for a tiny little trip over the water.
I think we'll skip that today.
We'll skip it.
Look at this, this is where the sharks and the turtles all come to party.
This is where it is at.
Well, there wouldn't be a Sea Life Centre without a walk-through tunnel, would it?
No, definitely not.
What's a little bit unnerving about this one, though, is the glass-bottom boat's just gone above us. You were waving to everyone.
They all waved back at me.
Not the kind of fish they were expecting to see. Change colour. What should we go for? Green? Oh. Orange. Bougie, I like it. This is definitely one of the better sea life though, and it's not just sea life in there, they have a huge jungle section as well. Massive iguana, which I was not expecting at all.
You made me jump.
And then they've got ants. Don't like ants, they make me itch.
I was going to say, they make you really
Oh
itchy,
yeah,
mate.
but they're all creeping through the little pipe work and everything. Oh no.
But they had like a right kingdom. It was like from one end of the room to the other end of the room, and I was like, you've got a kingdom. And
then they'd got the most dangerous animal in the jungle. Not the piranha, but the thing looking through the tank on the other side.
You're talking about me, aren't you?
I am. But the unique selling point of that Sea Life Centre is definitely the Victorian arcades. How many aquariums are inside a Victorian arcade? The architecture is just insane in there. Well, did you have a jawsome day with the sharks at Sea Life Brighton?
I think so. It's still wet.
I'm going to leave you there. Well, from the oldest aquarium in the world, straight onto the world's oldest working electric railway.
I'm really happy because I thought this was going to be shut today because of the weather.
Yeah, the weather's easing, so hopefully we'll get some nice weather later.
We'll see.
We'll see. just had our ride on the Volks electrical railway, the oldest working electric railway in the world, and we braved sitting outside.
It wasn't even that cold and we didn't even get wet. But the bonus of that is she was ringing bells, obviously, to alert people that she was about to cross a crossing, and it reminded me of San Francisco. I was like, yeah.
It did. I mean, the whole thing down there reminded us a little bit of San Francisco. The smells, even the weather to a certain extent, because the weather's not all that different to San Francisco. And yeah, one thing it isn't today is cold, so sitting outside wasn't actually too bad. But that was a really, really fun journey up. And £6.50 for a return, I don't think is actually that bad.
No. The lady also recommended a coffee and cake shop, but we just can't remember which one it was.
We can't remember the name that she gave us, but she was really friendly. Yeah. She was definitely enjoying herself, even though working outside in these conditions probably isn't her most favourite thing to do. But we've made it to Brighton Marina. It's quite cute and pretty around here, a little bit dead, probably because of the weather. But there's something fun here that we want to do that's a little bit different for us, looks really, really cool, and it's inside. So with that being said, I challenge you to a game of seagull put me off. With that being said, I challenge you to a game of glow balls.
It's on.
That's violent.
Very violent.
You start up here and you have to hit it down here, and then you get however many shots it lands in. That's harsh.
These things literally hate me. I've got a 5, so that means it took me 5 goes. Jason got 1, which means it only took him 1. So that's not fair.
Oh my god, this one looks dangerous. You literally have to hit it against the wall and try and get it in that cup up there.
I see what she means now about, she did mention something about it, and I think it was this one. Didn't even do it.
Fail. Hey!
Don't make things easier for you, do they?
Not every day there's a dinosaur in the way when you're playing golf.
Oh, you
put me off.
suck.
Well, that was a unique experience. 4 courses we could have chose from. Of course, we chose the Jurassic one.
Obviously. We got to walk through the Jurassic Park gates.
I know, right? But that was, I didn't really know what to make of it. I felt like I was tripping a little bit on the way through. Yeah. You could have bought glow sticks and things if you wanted to glow yourself up.
Glow sticks, you could have bought drinks, you could have bought snacks.
And there's, as I say, 4 courses. We could have done another one for 25% off, but I think we're just going to stick with the one today because it's really warm in there.
It's very warm. I've had to take my hoodie off. I was like...
And we had to sign a waiver before we played.
I'm assuming to do with epilepsy, maybe?
I'm still not really sure, but we survived globals, so... We nearly forgot the most important thing, the overall scores. I absolutely whooped ya.
The thing is, I'm crap at this. Let's be honest, I'm crap. I always lose, and I think I came last time we played.
Oh well, it's taking part that counts. This marina area is beautiful though. It'd be really nice to just wander around here, maybe sit at one of the cafes or restaurants on a really nice day. Unfortunately, still today is not one of those days.
I feel like it's going to rain. It's getting very dark in the distance.
I am getting hungry though, so shall we go and do our return trip on the electric railway and go and find some food?
Good idea.
Oh, yes, we hear you, Ross Boat Trips. We definitely don't think the state of the sea is suitable today.
No, but it's a good excuse to come back.
Oh, we love a good excuse to come back. Well, it might not be in any fit state for a boat trip, but fancy a dip?
Like I said, if the weather was lovely, yes. So no.
Well, we've currently got a whole train to ourselves at the moment, and we've treated ourselves on the way back to a little bit of indoor action.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be like heading into the wind on the way back, so...
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be, we're either going to get wet...
Or windswept and wet.
Yes. My hat keeps going... Is
Is that almost a glimmer of brightness I see on the horizon?
I think so.
Ooh, maybe by the time we've had some lunch, you never know, we might get some sun time.
I'll be going on that beach.
On your own?
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Well, the brightness didn't last very long because it started raining again, so we found Pizza Pilgrims. Now, this place has come highly recommended to us. We know there's a few of these about now, but we've never tried one before. Really impressed with the theming in here. It's definitely a vibe. I like how the benches are made out of old wood pallets though, that's kind of cool. And then the aircon unit says cool for the summer. Get it? Well, Josh has just gone for a standard Coke Zero, but I thought I'd try a little something different. This is an Italian cherry soda, and oh, look at that, almost tropical, unlike the weather.
The thought of orange soda is making me think of the programme King and Cow when he's like, who loves orange soda?
It's cherry, not orange.
Never mind.
Food has arrived. Look at this. We've gone for a garlic flatbread sharer, and then we are sharing this a little bit different. It's got hot dog pieces and French fries on it. That was your choice.
This is what caught my eye. I was like, this is different. I want this.
Could do with some ketchup and some mustard.
Off we go.
Okay, that pizza was absolutely banging, so thank you for that recommendation. That is not going to be our last time to Pizza Pilgrims. No. That was beautiful, and we really like the vibe and the decor in there as well. You went upstairs to the loo before we come out, and you said it was even cooler up there.
There's a whole new seating area with like a big wide open window at the roof. Beautiful.
Anyway, we're going to go and walk and try and find one of Brighton's free attractions, which is the Brighton Fishing Museum. A little bit different to everything else we've done today, but it looks kind of cool and free to enter, as I say, so
we like free.
Shuts at 4, we've got an hour. I can see clearly now, the rain has gone. Speaking of clearly, we were going to do the i360 today.
Yes, we were.
It's like a massive tower that takes you up to the top for the views, a bit like Brighton's version of the London Eye.
Yeah.
However, we're quite glad we didn't, because it's still quite misty at the top. I don't think we'd have seen much, and for 17 quid each, I'd want to see something.
17 quid each?
17 quid each.
Oh, rip off.
Anyway, instead, Brighton Fishing Museum.
Free.
A bit different.
Free. Well, we won't be doing that. It's shut.
Just checking their website, it says 7 days a week, 10 till 4. It's 3 o'clock, but it also says weather condition may affect these hours. I don't really know why, it's inside.
You've also got food in your teeth.
I enjoyed the pizza so much, I was just saving bits for later. There's probably about 6 clips now of like me with loads of garlic in my teeth, but hashtag reality. And even though the fishing museum is closed, there is a couple of boats out here that you can actually go in. Look, you can go onto that one.
I don't know if that one's going to float.
I don't think it is going to float, judging by the holes in the side, but it's nothing else, it's a photo opportunity. Right, say cheese.
Cheese.
Well, as the fishing museum was closed, we've just spent some time wandering the Lanes, which is a maze of streets and alleyways lined with like boutique shops and cafes and restaurants and stuff. It's really quirky and really cute down there, but we've ended up here, and this is probably Brighton's most famous landmark, the Royal Pavilion. I don't think I've ever seen this thing without scaffolding.
I don't know if I've seen it without scaffolding, if I'm honest.
We're not going to go in it today anyway. It's like nearly 20 quid to go in there.
And there is a big queue.
And there's a school group waiting to go in as well.
No thank you.
No thank you. But it did used to be a royal residence, so you can see it's very grand looking and not very British looking either. I think it was inspired by the Travels of whoever it was that built it.
Yeah, because that's what I was saying. I was like, it doesn't look
a classic British building.
No,
yeah.
it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. It's very unique. It sort of stands out amongst everything else.
It's pretty, but once you get up close, it needs a bit of a jet wash.
So we just walked back through Hannington's Lane because I saw online an ice cream shop called Brass Monkey that does some really unique flavours of ice cream. I've got organic pine needle.
I've got matcha.
And how is your matcha?
It's nicer than the drink.
Oh, okay.
It's got a little bit more of a sweetness taste.
Nicer than a matcha latte is what you're trying to say.
100%. You look unsure.
I am unsure. It's definitely got a pine taste, but it's not like licking the toilet. It's pleasant in a weird way. I don't know how to describe it, but I think I like it. Now I'm going to be honest, I took a little bit of a gamble picking that ice cream, and it was weird, but I don't regret it. I think the more I ate of it, the more I actually enjoyed of it, and I think I would go back and get it again. So that has turned my thinking upside down. And talking of turning things upside down, we're going here. This is the upside down house. I'm getting too good at these segues. Turn your thinking upside down house. Whatever. So here we are inside the upside down house where everything is upside down, and Josh is absolutely going to love this because this is an Instagrammer's heaven in here.
Yes.
You get to take all of your pictures standing the right way up, and then when you post them, it looks like you're in an upside down house or you're hanging from the ceiling, one or the other.
I like it.
It's cool, I like it. It's something different, and $7.95 each to get in. I don't think that's too bad.
Not too bad from a junction.
Definitely cheaper than the i360 next door.
A lot cheaper.
You seem to have ended up in a bit of a predicament there.
Am I going to win?
You're going to be given a swirly.
I can see what she means, by the way. It does trip you out. It feels like we're swaying. We're not swaying.
It does, yeah. She did warn us that we might feel drunk, and I thought $7.95 each. That's a cheap way of getting drunk.
But you do really feel like you're swaying, even though you're not.
I don't know how to do this. I can't reach the ceiling. I'm not tall enough.
You're short. You're a short little boy, aren't you?
I'll do a handstand on the table.
Sounds good.
There's even an upstairs, and it's really weird because the floor in the house is slanted, but the stairs aren't. The stairs are straight.
Oh, this is weird. Really weird.
Even the poor pooch is hanging from the ceiling. I'm not going to take any steps forward or backwards actually as I'm recording, because as I'm doing it I'm going sideways. I'm like, whoa.
It feels like you're on a boat and you're just swaying, even though you're not swaying.
Yeah, it really does trip you out. So if you get motion sickness, I imagine you could probably suffer in here from that.
Probably.
But we're having a good time.
We've also got the whole place to ourselves.
We have, which is a bit weird.
Really cool.
It's a little bit creepy. I feel like I've come for a house viewing and everything's upside down. It's really cool because we've pretty much got the whole place to ourselves. One of the staff members had just come up and taken some pictures of both of us together and given us all the top tips of how to get some of the best photos around here. It's really fun actually. It's really simple.
It is.
Really quirky and really fun. Josh has even just had a picture hanging on to his coffee cup over there on the table.
Still didn't get no coffee though.
Still didn't get any coffee out of it, no. I like the fact that there's a jukebox there, and also I noticed that the actual aircon unit up here, they've even put that upside down just to keep in with the theming.
Except it's not upside down.
The aircon?
Yeah.
It looks like it is. Is it just tripping me out?
I think it's just tripping.
Do you know what else is tripping me out in this shot?
What?
That dog. Well, that may be one of the fastest £8 each we've ever spent, but I really enjoyed that.
I really enjoyed that.
I thought it was fun and quirky.
I preferred that more than the golf we did this morning.
Oh, okay. And they're similar price, and although we were in there a lot less time, definitely he was in his element with the Instagram photos. Not going to be for everyone, admittedly.
No.
Also, if you've ever done the i360, which is just there behind me, is it worth £17 each? Let us know. Are we being too harsh on it?
Maybe we'll come back and do it.
We've seen it go up and down several times while we've been along this front in like less than an hour, and we're just like, can that possibly be worth it? I don't know.
Maybe on a sunny day and...
You're not going to see a lot today, I wouldn't have thought. Speaking of other things that we need to do here in Brighton, Josh is adamant that we can't come to Brighton and not go and walk on the pier.
You have to pay £1 to go on the pier now, which is
blighters.
a bit cheeky, but we'll
I don't mind £1 though when it goes towards actually the upkeep of the pier, because they're expensive to keep, right? They need a lot of repair and maintenance done, so...
We'll do that.
Not the nicest day to go for a walk on the pier, but we're going to do it anyway.
If I lose my hat, I won't be happy.
Yeah, you might have to walk along like that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure about swimming in the sea today, but there is somebody brave enough out there to be surfing, just like being in California.
I mean, go him.
There you go, you've had your walk on the pier, you happy now?
Yes.
Get to see the sea below you.
Love it.
There is a few rides at the end of the pier. Some of them are shut today, like the Helter Skelter, because of the weather conditions. and others, like whatever that thing is, we definitely ain't going on.
No, I wanted to go on the Crazy Mouse, but it's not open either.
No, that's probably not a bad thing either, because that flinging us out over the end of the pier in this weather. Oh. Well, the weather hasn't been on our side here in Brighton, but we have still had a fantastic day, so let that be a lesson to you, not to wait for the weather to be okay, because especially if you live in the UK, this is currently what July looks like. Is this the coolest city in Britain, or does this city over in southwest England beat it? We'll let you head over there and decide for yourself. See you there.